Two retirees can both have a net worth of $1 million and live completely different lives. One may own a $900,000 house but have very little cash. Their Social Security check barely covers taxes, insurance, groceries, utilities, and medication. On paper, they are a millionaire. In reality, every surprise creates stress. The other may live in a modest home, receive a pension, collect Social Security, and keep several $100,000 invested. Their net worth may be lower, but their income comfortably exceeds their expenses. So which retiree is actually wealthier? That is why retirement wealth cannot be measured by one number alone. It is about income, security, flexibility, and control. Today, we are breaking retirement wealth into 7 practical levels, from financial survival to generational wealth. As we go, ask yourself 3 questions. Can your dependable income cover your basic expenses? Could you handle a major surprise without debt? And does your money give you choices, or does your financial situation make those choices for you? These are practical planning ranges, not official classifications. Your health, housing, spending, and pension income can move you up or down a level. According to the Federal Reserve's Survey of Consumer Finances, many older households hold much of their wealth in housing. That means someone can look wealthy on paper while still being short on cash. The first level is financial emergency. At this level, nearly every dollar is committed before it arrives. Housing, food, transportation, utilities, insurance, and medical costs consume almost all available income. There may be less than 1 month of expenses and savings, and credit cards are used whenever something goes wrong. According to the Social Security Administration, the average retirement benefit was estimated at about $2,071 per month in January 2026. The standard Medicare Part B premium in 2026 is more than $200 per month before other healthcare costs are added. For someone living mostly on one Social Security check, there may be very little room left. People do not always reach this level because of poor decisions. Divorce, disability, caregiving, low wages, medical bills, or the loss of a spouse can all cause serious damage. A $500 emergency is not an inconvenience. It is a crisis. The goal here is not finding the perfect investment. It is stabilizing the foundation through benefits, lower debt, housing relief, prescription assistance, or any other step that creates breathing room. At the second level, regular bills are being paid, but the balance is fragile. Income may come from Social Security, a small pension, part-time work, or modest withdrawals. There may be roughly $25,000 to $150,000 in accessible retirement assets. During a normal month, things may look fine. Then a roof leaks, a transmission fails, or a major dental bill arrives. Any one of those events can force new debt or a large withdrawal. The main goal here is protection. Calculate 1 month of essential expenses, then work toward keeping that amount in cash. After reaching 1 month, work toward 3. At this level, saving $100 per month is meaningful. That is $1,200 per year that can reduce debt or strengthen the emergency fund. Once ordinary surprises stop creating new debt, the third level begins. At the third level, retirement feels stable but still restricted. These retirees may have around $150,000 to $400,000 invested, plus their home. Some have less but receive a reliable pension. The key is that dependable income covers most or all essential expenses. The mortgage may be paid off, high interest debt is limited, and there is enough cash for a home repair, insurance deductible, or vehicle expense without immediately borrowing. There are still limits. A major expense, long-term care, or years of high inflation could create pressure. But everyday life is generally under control, and modest extras are possible when planned. This is also where organization matters. Outdated beneficiaries, scattered accounts, unnecessary fees, and poor tax planning can weaken an otherwise stable retirement. A basic will, healthcare directive, financial power of attorney, and updated beneficiary forms should be in place. The goal now is margin, enough income beyond regular spending to rebuild savings after a large expense. At the fourth level, retirement becomes comfortable. There may be around $400,000 to $1 million in investable assets, although a strong pension can create similar security with less. Social Security and pension income may cover the basics, while retirement accounts pay for travel, hobbies, home projects, and other choices. A $10,000 or $20,000 surprise can often be handled without changing the entire lifestyle. They can replace a vehicle, hire help around the home, travel, and support family within reason. The real benefit is not luxury, it is choice. The better question is not, am I a millionaire? It is, how much of my lifestyle is permanently supported? The fifth level is financial independence. At this point, work is optional and the retirement plan has room for error. These retirees may have around $1 million to $3 million invested, often combined with Social Security, pensions, rental income, or other dependable sources. If the market falls, they can reduce optional spending instead of worrying about groceries. If inflation rises or a major repair is needed, they have room to adjust. They can travel regularly, give meaningful gifts, and pay for convenience. But this level creates a new danger: lifestyle expansion. A larger home, expensive vehicles, luxury travel, and permanent support for adult children can quickly raise spending. The ability to buy something is not the same as the ability to comfortably maintain it. At this level, taxes, withdrawal strategy, charitable giving, and estate planning become more important. The goal is no longer survival. It is preserving freedom. At the sixth level, retirement becomes affluent. These households may have around $3 million to $10 million in investments, business interests, real estate, or some combination of the three. Their lifestyle does not depend on one check or one account. Income may come from dividends, rentals, business distributions, pensions, Social Security, and portfolio withdrawals. A bad year in one area can be absorbed by the others. They may own multiple properties, fund grandchildren's education, make large charitable gifts, and choose premium health care. The biggest advantage is resilience. However, greater wealth creates greater complexity. Multiple accounts, trusts, properties, business interests, and tax obligations can become difficult to manage. The Government Accountability Office has warned that older Americans often face complicated financial decisions involving retirement accounts, health care, housing, and fraud prevention. The goal here is protecting the system. Both spouses should understand the finances. Trusted contacts should be established. Unnecessary accounts should be simplified, and large transfers should have clear controls. At this level, the question changes from, will we have enough, to, what should this wealth accomplish? That leads to the seventh level, legacy wealth. This begins when a household owns far more than it will reasonably consume in one lifetime. That may mean more than $10 million in investable assets, a valuable company, a large real estate portfolio, or assets that produce more income than the retiree spends. Retirement is no longer mainly a withdrawal problem. It becomes a stewardship problem. The retiree must decide how wealth will be managed, transferred, and used. Some create trusts, fund education, support charities, or preserve family property. The challenge is transferring wealth without creating confusion, dependency, conflict, or unnecessary taxes. A sophisticated estate plan can explain who receives what. Only honest family communication can explain why. And this is the most important truth about the seventh level. It does not automatically create the best retirement. A wealthy retiree with poor health, damaged relationships, and no purpose may feel less fulfilled than someone at the fourth level surrounded by people they love. Money can provide comfort, health care, privacy, and options. It cannot replace time that has already passed. So, are you behind? The answer depends on more than your age or account balance. Compare dependable income with essential expenses. Measure how many months you could cover without debt or selling your home. Examine health care, housing, and whether the plan would still work if you or your spouse lived into your 90s. According to the 2026 Retirement Confidence Survey, 2 in 5 retirees said healthcare costs had been higher than expected. Fewer than 7 in 10 said they had enough savings to handle an emergency. Those numbers show why net worth alone is not enough. You do not need to jump from the second level to the sixth. Focus on moving up one level. At the first level, that may mean closing the monthly cash flow gap. At the second, building an emergency reserve. At the third, creating margin and organizing legal documents. At the fourth, protecting against healthcare, tax, and market risks. At the fifth, controlling lifestyle inflation. And at the sixth or seventh, simplifying complexity and preparing the next generation. According to the Government Accountability Office, about half of households with a worker age 55 or older had no retirement account savings as of 2022, although some had pensions or other resources. So do not assume everyone around you is far ahead. You may see their home, vehicle, vacations, and purchases. You do not see their debt, account balances, medical costs, family obligations, or fear of running out of money. Retirement. Wealth is not about appearing richer than the people around you. It is about protecting your basic needs, recovering from surprises, spending time with people you care about, and making your own decisions for as long as possible. Identify the weakest part of your retirement plan, then choose one realistic action that could move you closer to the next level. Because the true purpose of wealth in retirement is not simply owning more, it is worrying less, choosing more, and using the years you worked so hard to earn. If this video helped you understand where you stand, subscribe to Senior Success. Here, we break down the financial decisions that can help you protect your money, avoid costly mistakes, and build a more secure retirement.